As the baby bulls clean off their fingers after diddling the bears into submission, Bitcoin runs into its first macro horizontal resistance range. And is this hidden divergence actually the super secret shush that will seal the bears' cheeks together once and for all? Gubert Gumdrop, heir of the Gumdrop dynasty, and you're going to be feeling a little tingle in your gumdrops after you see this video. So you get the new channel, make sure to hit a like, subscribe, turn on these absolutely time-sensitive alerts as well. If you're interested in any bonuses, getting altcoins, staking your crypto, make sure to check out the links below. And as well, my only Twitter and Instagram are linked at the top of the comments and description. So those are the only real me's. All the other me's are fake me's, sending you messages like, how's your trading going? But really, they're just scammers looking to gobble up your gumdrops. Without any further ado, let's bump on in. Absolutely big, large, and ginormous. So guys, we have a lot to be jumping into with Bitcoin's price as about a couple minutes ago, Bitcoin was about 43,000 and now it's at 44. But by the time this video gets uploaded, you bet your sweet little milk makers that could change at any time. So before we jump into that as well, guys, this is not bad at all. Not bad at all. In fact, you see we have this very clear. We talked about this yesterday. And in fact, specifically, two things we talked about yesterday are worth mentioning here. So first off, we can just, you need to be aware that a pullback even below 40K over the next couple of days is absolutely totally normal. Everyone's euphoric right now. We've had a little bit of a pump. In fact, we've had a nice pump over the last few days. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin potentially top out right around exactly this mid $40,000 level and initiate a pullback maybe the rest of the week. It happens literally all the time. The only thing that pumps and dumps more than Bitcoin is your sister on a Friday night. Absolutely big. Now that is ginormous. And just going off of that as well, I did say, and I tweeted this, I fully expect that, dipping our tip a little bit below 40K is totally reasonable. In fact, it's more likely than it is not because it happens more often than it doesn't happen. Okay, imagine this, right? A move back to 39, 38, even 37,000 US dollars. I mean, for pizza's sake, Twitter today was a little bit dumpy, a little down in the dumps because Bitcoin was at like what, 42,000? Okay, literally every little micro pump or micro dump changes completely the sentiment, right? Or changes the sentiment completely. If Bitcoin would pump $500 in the next 5 minutes, I guarantee crypto Twitter would be absolutely staining their trousers 100%, right? So every little move, people react so much. So imagine another $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to the downside. People would literally go bananas in the bad way, right? They would be very upset. They would think, this is it. It's all over. But then next thing you know, maybe it's back above the mid 40s, right? Talk about liquidations. A lot of people will get liquidated, and not just their trades, if you know what I mean. It makes a lot of sense. We have to be very aware of that. And as well, as you can see here, you see this little bullish, bearish and bullish divergence cheat sheet. Very, very clearly on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, you can see there is some very nice potential hidden bullish divergence. As you can see here, this middle one, hidden bullish. So when you're looking for bullish divergence, you chart the bottom. And it's usually when the RSI, if you're using the RSI as the second red line here, it's usually like below the 30 on the RSI, so it's as the RSI is low. And then if you look at the bearish, it's usually, as the RSI is over 70, if you're looking with the RSI divergence. And you can see here, with this weekly divergence, very interestingly, and you see on this RSI, yes, it is historically very low here. And yeah, just something to be watching for. This is not going to play out by tomorrow. This is a more long-term thing that I think is worth taking a look at as well. And something else to be watching throughout this week is going to be the SPX, currently held underneath the 21-day, in between the 21-day and the 200-day. So a breakout above this and even up to the 50, potentially even breaking that, it would be very, very likely Bitcoin could go on a very nice run. A rejection here at the 200-day, the opposite. Very, very likely Bitcoin could also face a little bit of rejection, although there has been a little bit of divergence or a little bit of decoupling here between the SPX and Bitcoin. I believe it's like 4 out of 5 times they're coupled, and then like 1 out of 5 or 20% of the time they're not coupled. There's something roughly that like that, but they're not always coupled together, but more often than not they are. There are exceptions though, okay? With everything there are exceptions. So yeah, taking a look at Bitcoin's weekly chart, obviously it's important. So far, this structure is absolutely very, very good. If, let's say we could even come back down to 30, but if we don't, so far, this is just a macro higher low. And we already have a lot of signs showing that we have some room to run over the next few weeks and months to the upside. So that's good. That's a very good promising thing to look at on these long-term charts. And again, like I said yesterday, more importantly, it's that we hold 40K over the next couple of weeks. So it's not something that needs to happen immediately, but over the next few weeks, holding 40K is very, very important. Just like holding 30K was important here. Even though we dipped our toes below it a little bit, just like we dipped our toes below 40, again, at this point, not below 30 though, since 2022 started. Again, giant test though, again, going to be the 21 week and 50 week between 47 and 50K. That's going to be so big. And if we look on this chart, our first horizontal level of resistance is right here at about 45K. Next one is going to be about 53K. So that is going to be the one that's very important to watch because in my opinion, it's very unlikely that we'll even get up to here over the next week. I think this will take a fair amount to get up to this range, right? There's three big ranges here. It's these two that I have on the screen, and then like the final range, which is basically 60K, basically this level right here. But as you can see on this weekly chart, between 47 and 50 is going to be pretty hard to get above, and this range right here is above that. So I don't anticipate that we're going to be breaking above this at the moment. That would be another only 20% pump, but that comes after roughly about a 30, almost a 40% pump already since the end of January. So again, still really good signs so far, but it's important to realize that, yeah, we could run into, over the next few days, we could maybe get another pullback, maybe even just retest this 21 day, which at this very second, the 21 day is around a little under 39,000 US dollars. Okay. So that's just very important. But also, we're now above the 50-day moving average, and we kind of just sliced through that pretty easily. So, and that's where we've bounced so far. But again, I don't necessarily think this will hold. If we do get any sort of pullback, a real pullback would necessitate, it would be necessary for this really. If we're going to actually get a pullback, then what, like a 1% pullback isn't even going to be a pullback. A real pullback would be at least probably down to retest 39 to 40,000, at which point that would be great. But again, my preferred scenario is if we don't even really do that. This entire drop over the last 3 months, we barely got any actual pumps. In fact, there was no dead cat bounces. Over the last 3 months, there was basically no point at which we had a real pump for a couple of weeks that convinced people, oh, this is it, we're going to keep going up. We didn't have that. It was just straight dumpy. There was no dead cat bounces, no fake outs. It was just straight dumpage. So it wouldn't be insane to think, okay, well, maybe if we get a relief rally, if we actually do start initiating a trend change and shift the momentum to the upside, maybe it's possible we might not get that many fake outs either. Maybe we could just slice through some of these levels that we've been slicing to the downside through over the past couple of months. As you get in the channel, absolute time sensitive alerts as well. If you guys are interested in bonuses, make sure to check out the links below. If you're interested in getting altcoins, securing your crypto, staking to earn rewards, and as well, if you guys be careful, I'm not going to send you messages, and I'm not going to ask you how your trading is going. Okay, that is the number one thing that people are trying to steal from you by impersonating me. Will say to you, they'll say, "How's your trading going?" and then I don't know if they try to offer you a plan or something. I'm not really sure, but it's not me. So if you get a message, it's not me. My only Instagram and Twitter are both below, and everything else is fake. Without any further ado,